Okay, so now we're going to look at a topic called writing a chemical formula given a molecular model. And I'm not gonna snapshot this one over to my whiteboard because I really need to use this interactive thing here, right? I'm gonna take this little interactive thing, pardon my vocabulary. So look, I'm gonna take this slider here, I'm gonna drag it back and forth, and this just enables me to see the molecule itself, okay? So what I'm supposed to do here then is I'm supposed to write the chemical formula for this. So the chemical formula for this is going to be, looks like it's got carbons, hydrogens, and oxygens in it. So I'm going to say carbons, hydrogens, and oxygens in it. Okay. And I see that it's got, I'm pointing at, you can't see what I'm pointing at, I guess, right? But it looks like it's got, if carbon is the black ball, it looks like it only has one black ball in it. And if hydrogen's got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to come here. Yeah. I'm going to go back a little bit, okay? Carbon, capital carbon. Okay, now hydrogen, got it, is going to be hydrogen, but it's going to be I'm going to have a subscript here. And I got to use subscript now, and it's going to be 4 because there's 4 hydrogens in it. This is really clunky, isn't it? All right, well, all right, now I've got oxygens in there. Let's find out how many oxygens there are. Oops, I want a capital oxygen, not a lowercase. Capital oxygen. And it looks like it's got 1 black, that's carbon, 4 hydrogens, which are whites, little white balls, right? And then the red is 1, so it's only 1. Okay, so it's CH4O. Well, that's my answer. And so I'm done because I've counted everything correctly. Just let me count it one more time, look around. Yep, that's what I got. All right, let's check that. Okay, so that's the simplest version of this. A little more complicated version, though, is what happens if I don't know the order that I'm supposed to write these in, okay? And so I will tell you that let's go look at the explanation. And the explanation is going to tell us the order that we write these in, and it's really interesting. I think it's a really well-done explanation. First of all, the order, write the symbols, look at rule number 3 here. Write the symbols in the order in which they appear in the periodic table going from left to right. Okay, S before F, because it's left to right. Right? If 2 elements in the same column, write the lower one first. That's the bigger one first. Okay? And then there's 2 exceptions here. Hydrogen is an exception to rule number 3 because, and it's written after all elements except those in 6A or 7A. And you're going to have to practice that. Okay? There's 2 examples here. It goes after all elements. Do you see how it goes after nitrogen? Because that's in group 5A. And it goes after carbon. That's in group 4A. But it goes before oxygen because that's in group 6A. All right, you're just going to have to practice that. There's no way in the world that's going to seem simple until you've done it a bunch of times. And then rule number 5, elements containing only hydrogen and elements from 6A or 7A, hydrogen goes first. Okay? And there's other exceptions too, but these are the ones that you need to worry about for this problem. So basically we're going to go left to right, and then we're going to go bottom to top. So maybe it'd be good to think about it like this. Let's go over here to the whiteboard and think about the periodic table like this. That's not a periodic table. Let me start this one over again. Let me come here, make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so we go left to right, and we go top to bottom. So it might be a good idea to think about this in terms of I know what you're thinking. Thinking this guy's never used one of these before in his life. And you're right. My first time ever using an iPad. Okay. So basically, if you put those 2 black arrows together, you might think about it like the red arrow. They go in that order, from left to right and from top to bottom. And hydrogen is a weird example. All right, so you're going to have to practice that. Let's go back over here. And I'm going to try another. And this will be the last one, okay? Left to right, it looks like it's going to be carbon. I mean, the leftmost is hydrogen, but that goes after everything in group 4, carbon. There's only one of them, I think. That's right. There's only one carbon. And then there's 3 hydrogens. Three hydrogens. I think we can do like shift. Let's go over here and do this. Carbon. And there's 3 hydrogens, right? Okay. And then there's a chlorine in the end. I think that's a chlorine. Let's go back and look at it. Is chlorine green? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so it's CH3Cl. And the H goes before the chlorine because it's in group 7A, but after carbon because that's in group 4A. You're going to have to practice that. There's just no way that's going to be easy for you until you've done it a bunch of times. Okay, let's check it. Make sure we got that right. And again, I encourage you to go back and look at those rules as you're doing them. Maybe even print those rules out. And then you'll find that after you've done it a bunch of times, it becomes natural. All right, good luck to you. Hope that's good.